It's a question we have June 16 and question number, this is a 10 of paper second variant. What a question we have here. First of all, we find first derivative, then second derivative, and then we have to integrate square this function and then integrate it. So let's start I part. So job number one, we have to differentiate. Can we differentiate directly? No way. We are bound to bring it up. So when I bring it up, this turned to be y 8 x to power negative 1 plus 2x. And now I'm differentiating. So dy over dx. So this power minus 1 comes down, become minus 8 and power 1 less. And then I'll differentiate this one and this become 2 only. So ultimately, I just write the final form dy over dx equal to negative 8 over x squared plus 2. So this my first derivative is over. Now I'm differentiating second time. Have a look here. So d2y over dx2 power negative 2 come and multiply. I get a positive 16 from power 1 less. And 2 is a constant, answer is 0. And finally, d2y over dx2 equal to 16 over x to power 3. So my second derivative is also over. So what is the job left now? Y square. Here I want to a very important point, very important point. Still I part is going on, integration of y square dx. And it means I will plug in this value here. So have a look, 8 by x plus 2x and power in, sorry, here and dx. Very important part is that if I have a linear function and power 2 is there, I will do direct integration. And direct integration, I just give you what I'm saying direct integration. Example I give you. For example, we have a 2x plus 1 to power 2. Because power of x is 1, whenever x power 1 comes, it's called linear. So this kind of integration is very easy. Increase a power by 1 divided by same into 2. It 2 derivative comes from there. That's it. This is called linear integration. But if you have a non-linear such like this, because if you draw this curve, you never get a straight line. We get a curve like that. So when you have this kind of question comes, so non-linear integration, and especially power 2 comes, okay? So we are bound to expand. First expand and then integrate. First expand and then integrate. Okay, example I give you, I have a simple idea for it. Example, I take it like a 2x to power 2 plus 1. This is not a power 1. Power 1 is called linear. This is non-linear. I am bound to first expand. So 2x squared to power 2 plus 2 into 2x squared and 1 and plus 1 squared. After this, I will simplify and now I'm eligible to integrate it. Okay, and that is increasing, simple, increase the power by 1 divided by same, and same story here and same story is here. That's it. It's an extra example for you knowledge. Okay, now it means can I integrate directly? No way, no way. I can't because it's non-linear. So first of all, I will expand. First term square plus 2 into first term into second term and second term square. If you don't like the squaring identity, it's called squaring identity. To write it 2 times multiply and then you integrate. So how to do it? 64 over x to power 2. 2 to 8, 6, 32. X cancel out. I get so 32 comes here. And square of 2 is square of x. And now can I integrate directly? No. I have to bring it up. So x goes up and now I'm eligible to integrate. Okay. Now what is integration criteria? Increase the power by 1, minus 1 by minus 1, and 32 become 32x, and 4x to power 3 by 3 and plus c. Simplify maximum minus 64 over x to power 1 because this minus 1, when you bring in denominator, power sign changes. So this is over and you must write C. Okay, this part is over. So part 1 is completely finished for 5 marks. And now I'm going to do the next part. Wait a minute, please. So 1 minute, screen is not shared. Just a minute, please. Okay. All right. So I was discussing with you, the first part is done, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. So this is a plus C, or you have to write compulsory and simplify maximum. So first part is done. So I have done this all story. Okay, 5 marks in hand. Second, he's asking m coordinate. M is point of minima. Whenever point of minima need, we need a first derivative equals to 0. And then we have decided nature. For nature part, we will use the coordinate. So let's start m coordinate. So I will put derivative equal to 0. So part number 2, I'm going to do part number 2, and first derivative equals to 0. So dy over dx, actually we have what? So minus 8 over x square plus 2. Minus 8 over x square plus 2. I plug in 0 here. Let's see what happens after that. It's totally comes here, left hand side, it becomes this. Cross multiply 8 equals 2x to power 2 and x square equals to 4. Take a root. I got two answers, positive and negative, positive 2 and negative 2. But you know it very well. The graph is on the right side, positive part, not the left side. Maybe one graph is we have a this way and one graph this way. This is called negative, this is positive. So we'll take only positive according to the situation. So I will take, so this is clear. I got us, I will take only x is equals to plus 2. But how to find y value? You know it very well. Equation of curve. We have here 8 over x, 8 divided by x plus 2x. 8 divided by x plus 2x. I repeat, I plug in 2 here, I plug in 2 here. So I'm getting what here? I'm getting here 4 and plus 4, and I get y value is 8. So this m coordinates turn to be 2 comma 8. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So part 2 is not completely over. Part 2 still going on. Nature. How to find nature? Read a statement, please. And he said determine the coordinates and determine the coordinate, find the coordinates of m and determine the coordinates. It means he talk about not one coordinate, he talk about both coordinates, because he said coordinate, and determine the nature of stationary point on the part of the curve less than 0. What is less than 0 means? This is called bigger than 0. And what is called less than 0. So it means 100% we have to go for both coordinates. So let's start second coordinate. And second coordinate we have up -2 if x is -2. So I missed -2. Now I'm putting -2 in the place of this equation. So what answer turned to be? 8 by -2 plus 2 times 2 -2. And I'm getting here -4 and -4. And ultimately I get y is equal to -8. So second point is coming what? X is -2, y is -8. So I got both points. Now he said nature find. So why nature? So where to find nature? You know it very well. He said find nature for this point only. No need for m. Reason because he said as if x is less than 0. It means I will put x is equal to -2 in second derivative. And where's second derivative? d2y over dx2. I'm going to show you second derivative is we have here 16 divided by x cube. 16 divided by x cube. Okay, and this answer turns to be what? You got it is at 8, 8, 16. So -2, which is a negative answer, it means point of maxima. So -2 comma -8 is point of maxima. Even you can observe from diagram. See, have a look here. If I show this diagram, okay, as I said before, this graph and this graph. This is point of minima, and this is a point of maxima. So that is why you see I'm getting at -2, I'm getting there and here +2. There's a minimum, there's a maximum. So this is a whole story. Let's go for the next point. And next part is what? 2 parts over. So volume part, easy, 2 marks only. Actually, volume about x-axis. What is the formula about x-axis volume formula? x1, x2, y square dx and pi outside. Luckily, y square integration we have already. It means this answer I will use here, and limits given by him x1 till x2. Actually, it means there is, maybe I can show you maybe x1 is here and x2 is here. So this area, if you rotate about x-axis, you get an air volume. So let's start. I will use this answer to get the answer. So let's start. So volume part is very clear. The basic formula is a part number third is x1, x2, y square dx. So I'm copying it here, and here I'm using limits and 1 to 2 limit, but I will use this equation, negative 64 over x, and then plus 32x, and then plus 4 over x cubed by 3. Okay, now I'm replacing the values. Is a very clear, and first I put a 2, and let me check if I plug in 2. Negative 64 divided by 2 plus 32 into 2 and plus 4 into 8 divided by 3. It giving me 128 by 3 minus. Now I plug in 1 in each term. So negative 64 divided by is 1, so no problem. And plus 32 and plus 4 divided by 3. Let me recheck. I replace 1 everywhere. I get a negative 92 by 3. And let me check finally, 128 divided by 3 minus answer and into pi. So 220 by 3 pi. Unit cube is the answer of the volume. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. I hope so. The point is very, very clear.